Just putting those two names together can jumpstart a host of feelings and memories through Tuscaloosa and Baton Rouge. Moments of frustration, disbelief, and jubilation due to the battles that these two have had. From national championship games to season derailments, this rivalry has had it all, and we've got even more for you today. Welcome to the home of the Alabama Crimson Tide, Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the LSU Tigers, taking on the #1 team in the land, the Alabama Crimson Tide. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. LSU will put a foot to it for the opening kickoff. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Excellent job by the kick coverage team. A pretty minimal gain on that return. The Crimson Tide offense takes the field to start things off. Seems like when these two get together, it's always a slugfest, and Alabama won a close one last season.
Yeah, it was Alabama that finished out the 12th round in that slugfest, too. It usually seems like the team that lands the last big haymaker wins, and that was the Tide last time.
Well, I think that's why it's so important getting out the gates early. Both these teams know each other, don't like each other. Get out the gate.
Turning it on! And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Alabama!
And these offensive coordinators tell you they want to start fast and they want to establish the run game. That is exactly what you did. First drive, you hand the football off, making the big explosive run, setting the tone for this football game.
Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. That one's going to get a little star marked beside it on the play sheet. One play, explosive, touchdown just like that. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? And he's going to try to return this one. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. So LSU's offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. They got an incredibly efficient performance from this guy last time out. Now, Jesse, it's about making that a consistent thing.
Yeah, I think the most impressive thing watching that tape back from his last game is the ball never touched the ground, David. It was amazing. And it wasn't that he was so accurate throwing the ball deep down the field. It's just that the ball was always going to the open guy. He did a really good job checking it down, taking the profit when it wasn't open downfield. That kept the offense on schedule. That's really important for this offense today.
And when you're watching him as a defensive player and coming this football game, man, you know this is going to be a challenge. I better get pressure on this guy. If I let him feel comfortable, you'll see another day like last week. I mean, that dude was accurate. Almost every ball was caught. They were in rhythm. They're going to have to find some creative ways to get him off his spots and make him feel uncomfortable.
Grab near the marker. It's Ginn. Breaks into the open. He'll have enough for the first down, and they stop him at the 45. LSU quick to the line.
He's been a matchup problem all season long. Defenses just don't know how to solve the puzzle. And with that last catch, over 500 yards receiving now on the year for him.
They make the stop. Not a whole lot of ground picked up there, and they'll have work to do to get the first down. This series dates back to 1895. One of the odd things, guys, is historically the visiting teams have had a lot of... Snags it inside the 20. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Looking for the tie with the extra point. And they tacked on the extra point. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they finished the drive with a big play through the air, scoring from 51 yards out. He'll start the return inside his stride. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. Offense working from the pistol. Wants to go up top on first down. Fires to the big fella. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
I think that time offensively, you're just trying to take what the defense is giving you, right? They're playing zone coverage. You got your big fella just working right over the ball. It's an easy pitch and catch. Just take the profit and let's keep going.
Now here on second down, see if they keep tossing it around. He'll pull it on the read. Runs through the tackle. He showed off the stiff arm, but apparently he needed a couple more. Defenders around to stop it.
They go with the option. Quarterback keeps it himself. And look, we've seen this guy on tape, guys, break these tackles and take it the distance. This offense should keep dialing up these option plays. Don't let that short gain by the QB prevent you from running this scheme in your playbook.
From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. Looks as if the Tide will punt it away. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. First one's on its way. The leg ought to be strong. Only called on twice in the victory last week. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. They evened things up the last time they had him. The defense helped them out and a chance to go on top with this drive. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
Well, that's just a great play by the defender and great timing. It was the hit that forced that incompletion.
Plenty of work to do here on second and long. Give to the running back. He'll push his way out to the 30, a pickup of 3. LSU right back to the line. On third down, he drops to throw. That's reeled in. It's Hurley. Solid work and execution there. They'll have a first down as they mark it at the 40. Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide, and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
And he's able to shed one tackle, but still, just a very short gain.
So difficult, because my eyes tell me as a defensive guy, he's handing it off. The offensive line's block and run. I got to go get it. Quarterback pulls it, throws it to the right.
There he goes. And they got the defense on that one, and they get it to the 29-yard line. The Tigers are moving quickly down the field.
The defense has got to be more physical up front. Don't let them have those running lanes, those holes to break off a nice run, get a first down. And here's the thing, you better reload quick because they're right back on the line to call another play.
They make the stop, but not before he sets them up with a 1st and goal from the 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Looking to get it in. They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throw and catch.
The offense trying to throw it there quickly down close to the goal line. Nice job by the defense tackling the catch.
They've got it down to the 3. Now it's 2nd and goal. Wants to go up top. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Tigers!
And how about that? His 2nd receiving touchdown of the ball game. Find ways to get your athletes the ball. They'll do the rest. That's number 2. They better start playing some better defense, or number 3 is coming soon.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. They put together a 74-yard touchdown drive, and they finish it up with a 3-yard scoring toss. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Here comes that Alabama offense. This feels like one of those games you might have to answer every score, already down 14-7. It'll be a draw. Oh, he's got some space. Major gaps in that defense, and he got loose, and they finally knock him down at the 41.
This guy's been so much fun to watch all year long. Every single week, he's making defenders look silly trying to tackle him with that last play. Now over 1,000 yards rushing on the season.
Alabama just did work on the ground. Let's see if they go right back to it. Looking to throw on 1st down. Fires toward the end zone. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
Shoved out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 15-yard line, and this offense is doing work.
And they executed that running back screen to perfection. Quarterback held on to it. He let the rush get to him. Offensive lineman got out in position, and the running back sold it too. Once he had the ball in his hands, he just had blockers and green field out in front of him. They pick up an explosive play on a running back screen.
Alabama comes to the line with 1st and 10. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Got it in the middle. It's Harris. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall.
This slot receiver is a guy the defense has to be careful of. He runs good routes. He's got some speed, and if you're not careful, this guy can gash you.
Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. On 1st and goal, let's see if Alabama can get it in the end zone. They'll try to get it in with the run. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. The run up the middle, trying to power to the goal line. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Still some work to do here on 3rd and goal from the 3. Making side adjustments here. about to dance their way in on 3rd and goal. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown tie.
You just simply can't say enough about this guy and what he has meant to this offense. Big-time players make big plays in big games. He has shown up each and every week. That's his 15th rushing score on the season.
Setting up for the extra point and the tie. And they add the extra point to finish the drive. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Florida Atlantic has the lead right now, but if this team has taught us anything over the years, it's that no lead is safe there in Boca Raton. They're up by 4 over Notre Dame. This one has actually kind of exceeded expectations. Always a memorable chapter in the book of college football.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Oh, they're after him. They get him up flush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. One of the mantras of the Crimson Tide is they want to make your rear end quit. And that defensive line can certainly do that.
Yeah, big, physical. You've seen all these guys up front. They're strong at the point of attack, and they make you earn everything you get. And the athleticism when they get you in passing situations and they know you're going to pass, they're going to come after your quarterback.
The Tigers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Wants to fire on 2nd down. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again.
Finally, on defense, looks like they're able to break serve here. These offenses have been up and down the field now, these last 2 drives apiece, scoring points. But the sack right there finally puts an end to that, we think. Setting up 4th down, and that might be a major play so far in this game to give them a lot of momentum moving forward.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. And the ball is caught. He's inside the 35. And they give him enough for the 1st down. They'll move the chains, and let's see if they can snap it one more time here in the 1st. Both teams wanted to establish the run, and they have done exactly that in the 1st quarter. They fought to a standstill in the 1st. Let's see who gets the edge early in the 2nd. Play of the period, 1st down here. Wants to throw on 1st down. Fakes to grab. Finds a crease at the 20. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. 1st and goal from the 8. LSU quick to the line. They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers! If you're able to move the ball in a drive like that, the most overrated stat in football would be field position.
Agreed, and I think confidence is big right now after that last drive. To be able to flip the field like that, not just do it, but go down and score a touchdown. Running and throwing. For this offense now moving forward in this game, that last drive is going to pay big dividends.
Getting set for the point after. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And it was capped off with the 8-yard run. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. They'll try to answer that last score with one of their own. A chance here to tie the game with a touchdown drive. They'll start this drive going to the air. Gets it out quickly. Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the first down, but a good gain on that play.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. He better have safety help over top. Otherwise, this guy's a threat to score every time they throw the ball.
Alabama with a multitude of options on second and short. Looking to fire. And his throw is incomplete.
Just didn't seem like the quarterback and his intended target were on the same page there.
The Crimson Tide needs to convert on third and short. Wants to adjust the pattern. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. He'll make a play on third down. He's got enough for the first as they mark it at the 32.
Well, this offense is sending a little bit of a message here. Of course, we know how much they've struggled on third down all season long. They're just never able to seem to get into a rhythm. But after that last running play moving the sticks, you just wonder what that does for their confidence.
To the air on. It's Harris. Turning it on. And they're with another first down. Looking downfield on first down. Got it set up on the outside. Past the 30. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Alabama with a 1st and 10 here. Quick release by the QB. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few.
Man, this guy is so dynamic, and that's why you want to try to get him the ball as many ways as you can. That time it's a screen throw, and he had some nice blocks downfield, but with his speed and elusive running ability, this dude is dangerous.
The give to the back. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here.
And that run really didn't go anywhere, and a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
That has got to be so demoralizing for the defense. You haven't been able to stop this guy all game long, and here on third down, they're handing it off to him anyway because they don't think you can stop him. This defense right now, you see a lot of people hanging their heads a little bit because they're not playing with tons of confidence.
He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. The give to the tailback. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
Quick catch on 3rd down. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They've decided to try to go for the field goal here. And the holder will spot it on the 14 for a 24-yard attempt. It's good. That'll bring him to within 4.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
They were able to get a field goal on the board, and now they'll kick it away. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. They've been nothing short of spectacular so far. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns, and they'll try to make it 4 for 4. Trying to hit him with a quick game on first down, and nothing doing there.
And this offense gets nothing done on that play, but look at them. They're continuing to run this tempo. They want to try to do something to get a spark going to create a big play.
Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense. And the Tigers moving quickly to the line.
Man, this quarterback is having himself a day. Over 200 yards in the first half. It was hard enough for Palmer to get over 200 in a game, more or less in the first half.
And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain.
And after that run, getting right back up to the line of scrimmage to go hurry up, defense has to be ready.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Got a man. It's Hurley. Nice job to pick up the first down, and they'll spot it at the 42. LSU moving the ball quickly down the field. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
Wants to go up top on first down. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football. He's starting to develop that. His 3rd interception on the season just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
Onto the field. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
Breaks into the open. Nice pickup on the ground there. They'll move the sticks with the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll give it to him again. Dragged down at the 43, but it's a pickup of 10 on that one. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Now on first down from the 43. Looking to throw on first down. Got out of trouble and throws. And the defense forced that incompletion with the deflection.
That is a tremendous job by the defender on that play, because when the ball was thrown, his head was turned around. He was watching the receiver. on the head, turned his shoulder, located the ball, and then knocked it down.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Wide receiver comes in motion. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line?
Great job by that defender. I mean, he timed that snap count perfectly, got into the backfield, and created the negative play.
The Crimson Tide looking for a big play to convert on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking left. Makes the grab. He's guided out of bounds. They'll mark it at the 6-yard line, and this defense has to be reeling. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They ripped off a huge chunk, and now a little chunk is needed to pay it off. They'll move the wide receiver. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Bama!
And the passing game paying dividends right now for this offense. They just had a big play through the air to get him down in the situation. So let the quarterback deal. Great job reading coverage. He found his open target, accurate throw, and 2 plays through the air, and they've got 6 points on the board.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Florida Atlantic is trailing right now, and I know it may look bleak, but this team needs to regroup, remind itself it's at home, and remember just how quickly things can change. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to Notre Dame. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business, gentlemen.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. They'll leave it with him. Plows through the defense. And he doesn't find much running room. A short gain on the play. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Fires to the wideout. Hauls it in. And they get him down at the 43, but this is the kind of explosive play you want to build on.
And you just could not allow that to happen defensively, giving up a big play like that. They're going to need to now play with some sense of urgency if they're not going to give up any points here before the end of the half.
Looking to throw on first down. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Here comes that Alabama offense. They stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. Opening snap of this drive comes from the 38-yard line. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Caught behind the line. It's Moffitt.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Second down, they'll go to the air. The sweet feet buy a little time. Trying to escape and get it himself. Not a lot of room there. He'll pick up a few before he's forced out of bounds.
I love the play call there, too, because second and short, defense is thinking you might run it. So you try to catch him off guard with the pass. Nothing there. Even if you throw an incompletion, you're going to have a chance to run it the very next play, but it doesn't matter. This guy's just so athletic himself. He's able to go get the first. Let's get a fresh set of downs.
Quarterback making checks. Wants to throw on first down. Makes the catch. It's hooked. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
I love the anticipation on that throw by the QB on the out route. You got to throw it before the receiver comes out of his break. Nice work.
To the air on second down. Right on the money. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. The Crimson Tide a few inches away from converting on third down. Snap it to the back. Runs through a tackle. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
I'll say, watching this offense this year, one of the things you have to be really happy about is their ability to move the sticks. This is one of the top 25 offenses in the country.
Throws toward the end zone. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity.
Well, you make big plays for your quarterback in the game. You catch a touchdown pass, he's going to look your way again, often, downfield like they did right there, but give the defense credit, forcing an incompletion.
One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Leaves it with the running back. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Man, great energy in that building. There always is when these two get together. And a fun first half between these rivals. And this has just been a passing clinic, really, by both offenses. They've effectively stretched to cover every blade of grass, and they've still racked up big plays. Man or zone, pick your poison. Or lay some blame at the feet of those pass rushers who can't do anything against the maulers on that offensive line. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how this rivalry matchup plays out.
Ready to start the second half. Alabama will kick it off. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Those two first-half turnovers really damaging, and the primary reason they find themselves trailing to start the third quarter.
And this is an offense that prides themselves on taking care of the football and then having explosive plays. You know they're playing angry right now. They're mad. They know they're the reason why they're down in this game, so I expect them to come out here lighten it up here for the first drive of the second half.
Yeah, and this defense playing fast, playing physical, forcing things into action, forcing those turnovers. They played really well in this first half.
Last incompletion leaves them still sitting at their own 25 with 2nd and 10. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Finds the tight end. They'll spot the ball at the 34 as he goes out of bounds right there. LSU right back to the line. He'll keep it himself. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a third down stop. LSU will bring the punt team on the field. Sends his first one of the day on the way. We didn't see much of him in that victory last week, just called on one time. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. They'll run it from the gun. Stopped at the 47 after a 10-yard gain.
Love the play call on the RPO, and you're just really trusting this running back to be able to make a guy miss and then get into the second level. The offensive line did their job, gave him a crease, but that was the running back making that linebacker miss in the hole before getting north.
The offense will put it in play from the 47 on 1st and 10. Wide receiver going in motion. To the air on 1st down. That one never had a chance. Incomplete.
Unfortunate with that incompletion. The quarterback and his intended target not on the same page.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. It's complete to the left. Oh, it's a fumble. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover.
Great job by the defense here, forcing the fumble on the wide receiver. Look, understanding the ball came out quick. I got to break, get hats to the football, secure the tackle, try to get that football out. Nice turnover, nice hustle by this defense.
Coach has called a timeout. He wants the officials to take another look. Thinks he's got a good shot at getting this one overturned. This coach wanted to be absolutely certain on a challenge. He was right. The previous play will be overturned. They'll snap it from the 48 on 3rd and short. He might want another play. In the gun and looking to throw on 3rd down.
Well, the quarterback and his intended target just simply didn't have the timing there. The ball falls incomplete on 3rd, now setting up 4th down.
Alabama will bring the punt team on the field. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And the ball comes to rest right there.
It's a great punt. Obviously, he gives himself time to let his guys get down the field, get in position. Remember, don't let that thing cross the goal line. Try to keep it inside the 10. Nice job down in the football, setting your defense up for great field position.
And the roar is reverberating throughout this stadium as the defense has them pinned deep. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Trying to make magic on the scramble.
This is a defense that's going to be aggressive, and they're not going to just sit back and rush 4 guys on that play. They're going to send the blitz. You're getting smaller, faster guys fighting fire with fire. You know this quarterback is athletic, but we've got fast guys too, and that time that was a great play call defensively.
On the ground, it's Washington. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Looking deep down the right side. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains, they were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game, throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's got elite track speed. He's going to blow the combine up in the 40-yard dash because of his wheels, not able to connect with the quarterback on. But you know he has the defense's attention.
The Tide offense rolls onto the field. They had to punt it away on their last possession, but man, what great field position this time.
I mean, this is awesome. Like, last possession didn't go great. Now you're set up in an opportunity to get some points. Start thinking about what plays I like, Jesse, as I cross the 50.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there, David, and in this position, they like to take a shot right away and try and capitalize on position.
Quarterback making adjustments. Here they're trying to get it to the edge. There he goes. Past the first down marker and still running. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
This running back is so dynamic, and you've got to be able to take advantage of his speed by getting him to the outside. So that's why you dial up the toss play there. It's a nice way to change it up and get this guy in space to go make plays.
They'll start this one from the 29 on first down. He'll do it himself. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
The defense has got to do a better job with assignment football. Somebody has to be accounting for the quarterback on these run plays. You know you're going to see it. You've seen it on film. The option play, nobody home. He just takes off. That's an easy first down pickup for the offense. Moving forward now, the defense, they've got to settle in, and they've got to start playing better when it comes to assignment football.
Alabama comes to the line with a first and goal. Just going to keep it after the snap. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's second and goal. Touchdown, Crimson Tide! And they take it in for 6 more points.
It's just so nice to have a signal guard who can make plays through the air and make plays with his feet like this. Runs in for the touchdown. The defense knows I have to account for him every play. That's my quarterback.
Ready to try the point after. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, your game is a big one, but so is this battle right now inside the Big Ten. Ohio State is currently trailing, but if this young star leads a comeback today, he could join former Heisman winners like Eddie George and Archie Griffin in the pantheon of greats in Columbus. It's field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to Maryland. We'll circle back to this Big Ten battle. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Grabbed in the middle. It's Sampson.
As a tight end, if you're going to be good in the passing game, you've got to be able to feel the windows when defenses play zone coverage. And he did a really good job of that right there. He didn't rush. He didn't hurry. He took his time, found the soft spot, and gave his quarterback an easy place to throw the football.
Now the pitch. And they'll ride him down, but not before he picks up the first down. And how about the timing on that pitch?
And I feel sorry for this defense. Like, they're having to defend the entire field. QB's already shown he can beat you with his arm. Now with his...
And it's picked off for the third time today. Didn't let him get loose on the return, but he'll take it as they have the ball at the 47.
And talk about being an impact player for his defense. That's now his second interception in this game. Time and time again, when they've thrown his direction, he's come up with a big play. And in a tight game like this, those 2 interceptions, that is massive for this defense.
Here comes that Alabama offense. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. Ready, set. From the shotgun, the inside give.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. He wants to change this route. The toss sweep to the right. Oh, he's got some space. And you can see the offense just feeling itself. They've got it down to the 21.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
The Crimson Tide rolling on the ground, tries to keep momentum going. He leaves it with his back. They'll give him maybe 1 on the play. It's down to the 20.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Back to pass. To grab. They'll finally put the brakes on him at the 3. A big throw, catch and run on that one.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
They want to throw it. Finds his target down the middle. Gets it into the end zone, but there's a flag down. We'll see if this one is coming back. That is a costly mistake as the penalty wipes the touchdown off the board. Alabama rolling quickly downfield, set up with another first down. A designed run for the quarterback. Touchdown, Alabama! And they add 6 more on the board with that trip to the house. No midseason concentration laps here in Week 7 as they push out that lead.
And I tell you what, Reese, I'm not picking a team unless I got a guy that can do something like this at the quarterback spot. I need an athlete. I need a little bit of mobility. It just dictates too much to the defense. QB runs in for 6.
On to attempt the try. And with the extra point, they now have a 3-possession lead at 17. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And the capper came on the run to the end zone from the 13. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. After giving up that score, now it's incumbent on this offense to kind of get a back and forth going, Jesse, in this game.
They got to put some points on the board here. There's obviously a lot of football to go, so it's not necessarily panic time just yet, but I'm getting the ball into the hands of my best playmakers on this drive.
I hear you, Jesse, but not panic time. Have you seen my defense? I mean, I'm not trusting them to get a lot of stops, so it puts a lot of pressure on this offense.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Wants to go up top. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming.
Well, the quarterback knew he wanted to go to his tight end on that play. He's a big physical target, but it was the hit on the play that forced the incompletion.
And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. Under fire. Quickly out to the tight end. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. Looks as if LSU will line up to punt it away. Looking for running room, he'll get it to the 43-yard line before he stopped. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys... Offensively have been able to go out and execute, David.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, Alabama.
Looking downfield on first down. A strike downfield. He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18.
Man, we knew coming into this game just how explosive this offense could be, and a big part of that is their ability to throw the football. They've scored a ton of points, and it's because they can generate plays like that. When this quarterback sees the one-on-one matchup he wants, he is not afraid to pull the trigger, and he hits a big throw there.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. So Alabama's playoff race is shaping up. Just about ready to go in the fourth, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. They'll go back to work with a first down in the final period. From the gun to give, looking for room. They get him on the ground, but not before he rumbles all the way to the 5.
And you want to dominate the football game like these guys have all day. Dominate the line of scrimmage. You know, turn and hand the ball off to your running back. It's a good recipe. It makes every quarterback better. It makes every OC better. Just turn, hand the football off, especially when you're winning the ball game.
On first and goal, let's see if Alabama can get it in the end zone. They'll try to get it in with the run. Looking for the end zone. Touchdown time! And the stomping has commenced. That lead a little more comfortable now as they close in on extending this winning streak. Now they've got a little breathing room. They are in firm control of this game, guys, but you never want to let up in a rivalry game.
Because it only takes one play. We know how much of a factor momentum can be in these types of rivalry games, David, so this game's still far from over.
And this is where my leadership and my experience comes into play. When you got guys that have been through these fires, been through these rivalry games, you know the swings happen quick. Now you got to swing it back your way.
Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. He wants to start this drive with a pass. And it's picked off for the 4th time today. And he's going to take it all away. Touchdown, Bama! They are finishing the deal, building the lead here in the 4th, and they are going to go to 7-0.
Dude, you didn't think it could get any worse, right? You thought this game's over as it is anyways. Offense still throwing the football, still trying to make plays, and the defense just continues to pour it on, gets the pick, makes its way all the way to the end zone.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And he puts through the extra point. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick six, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick six and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out and not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
Let's see what they've got on second down. Looking to fire. The throw to the outside is complete. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
Well, if you could give a helmet sticker to this defensive coaching staff, they would get one because of the plan they've had for this guy at wide receiver. He is one of the best in the entire country with his speed and his athleticism, but they have had a plan for him. Whether it's man coverage, zone, they've been able to double him, they've been able to change up the looks, and they have not been able to get him involved in the game, and that's why they're going to win this one.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. Not quite in rhythm there. Incomplete.
Well, this has been a day to forget if you're this quarterback. And I got to be honest, guys, I'm surprised he's still even in the game right now because he has had zero rhythm. He hasn't been accurate. He's thrown a ton of interceptions. Most coaches would have pulled their guy by now. I know the guy I played for back in college, he would have pulled me about 2 interceptions ago.
And he's brought down after a nice gain. LSU moving quickly, going to work again on 1st down. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Here comes the heat. Took a shot as he threw. Didn't have much of a choice there but to get rid of it.
And this is a tough time for this offense because you're in passing mode. You're in comeback mode, and what is that? The defense knows that. Like, they're pinning their ears back. They're coming after the quarterback, and you've already struggled protecting your guy today and creating those explosive plays. This offense is going to have to buckle up and really protect their guy up front.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Now facing a 3rd and long. Wants to throw it. Takes a hit as he fires. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. And that decision will be questioned for a while. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. To the ground with the back. And that's a very productive 1st down play and bringing up 2nd and 3.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
The Crimson Tide can dig into that playbook here on 2nd and short. Here's a quick throw out to the left. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
They're trying to throw the screen out to the receiver. The defense, though, having none of that. They are just too physical, they're too fast, and they force a negative play.
Big 3rd down here. They need to get the ball to the 41. From the gun, wants to pass. Deep shot for the end zone. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. They took a shot to the end zone and found 6 points waiting on them. They extend this 4th quarter lead, and now they are staring at a 7-game winning streak.
Pure domination all game long for this offense. Whether they've been running the football, whether they've been throwing the football, critical down and distances, situationally all up and down the field. This defense has had no answer for these guys. What an impressive performance by the O.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Hey, guys, just wanted to get you a quick update on a game happening in the Big Ten. Ohio State is currently ahead in this one, but they're not exactly putting the Buckeye leaves on those helmets just yet. This is a tight one in Columbus. They're up by 4 over Maryland. Just another week in the Big Ten where the only constant is chaos, fellas.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Looking to throw on first down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
Well, this guy must feel like he's run into a buzzsaw in this game. He has been under duress all game long, and that's a big reason why he's thrown multiple interceptions in the game, too. Nothing coming easy to him. It's hard to see the field when your internal clock is going off so fast because of the pressure of this defense, and that's why they find themselves down by so much here in the fourth.
Got it behind the line. It's Washington. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
Running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football. And a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting the football, letting them get some positive yards.
He'll try to do it himself. He's knocked down just short of the 30 at the 29-yard line. It brings up fourth down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. LSU will bring the punt team on the field. They'll look to pin them deep. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. Here comes that Alabama offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have one remaining in the half. They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. Got enough for the first, and he's still going. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play. See if they can turn this drive into points. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. From the gun, the running back looking for room.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
Alabama with a multitude of options on 2nd and short. Looks as if the defense was a little too eager there, got into the neutral zone, and that'll be a 5-yard penalty. Defense a little too eager, and that's an encroachment penalty, 5 yards for the offense. A costly penalty for this defense gives them a 1st and 10. Sticks it in his belly. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
On the play. Brings up 2nd down.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they have this game in hand right now. But we'll see just how aggressive they want to be on offense. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. The give to the fullback. They shut him down immediately. They tried to pop the fullback loose and no running room there.
You know, when you're handing off to your fullback, oftentimes these guys need some space to work so they can build up a head of steam and get the speed going, but that guy didn't have anywhere to go on that one.
Alabama with a lot of ground to cover here on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And the 3rd down pass is knocked away by the knee.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know lots went wrong, but let's live in this moment and try to be great right here to end the game.
From 56 yards out, what a power leg. Never a doubt about that one.
And they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, 4th quarter was sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays, make them earn everything they get the rest this way, and we looking pretty good.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Bayou Bengals. On the offense, out onto the field. Well, this has pretty much been an evisceration, an old-fashioned stomping, Jesse.
Yeah, and listen, this is one of those games where you're not necessarily throwing the playbook in the trash after this one, but I do think this coaching staff, David, really has to be honest with themselves and rethink what schemes are working and not working and which guys maybe need to get more touches in this offense.
Well, I think I like the trash option as well because it's been hot trash. This has been a bad day. Offense, defense, giving up a ton of points, not scoring near enough. So it's been a bad day you're going to want to forget.
Well, the QB decided to keep it on that one. And listen, if you had his athleticism, you'd want to keep it too. Almost every time they run these types of option plays. But he's just going to have to do a good job of understanding when to hand it off, when to pitch it.
Makes the catch on the left. Found a bunch of room and got it to the 44-yard line. Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10. Pulls and fires complete to the right. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
And this offense is going to have to find more explosive plays. And it can't just rely on the dink and dunk. It's going to have to find itself and score more points. Listen, they got beat up today. But moving on in the future, they've got some good pieces. They got to find a way to fit them together, create some explosive plays on this offense, because today they've been lacking.
This freshman makes the stop after a short gain.
Well, I think the offense at this point now, they're just trying to limit the damage. They want to get out of here and move on, turn the page to the next game because things just have not been going their way, throwing or running the football.
Awesome job. Run the football, right? It's really basic. Go to those plays you know can get you first downs, get you some extra set of downs, then you can go make big plays.
LSU getting set on 1st and 10. Pocket breaking down. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38.
And that play is a microcosm of what this game has been. They have not been able to protect their quarterback all game long, early or late, up front. Moving forward, this offense has got to do a better job or else they're going to be in a lot of trouble. You cannot give up as many sacks as they have in this game and expect to win.
The Tigers have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Fighting off the defender. And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one. It's really easy to get caught up in the emotion of a rivalry game. We did, and certainly this was a huge win.
Yeah, and you started, you circled it, you were ready for this team. This is the rivalry you put a lot of stock in all offseason. You're talking about this game in particular. You go out and get the dub. It's a relief because you definitely wanted this team.
And it's bragging rights for everybody, for the coaching staff, for the fans, but how about for the players as well? For another 365 days, you can talk about how you went out, you dominated, and you beat your rival. A lot of these guys are going to go on to the NFL. They'll be in locker rooms next year. They'll be talking about this for a long time.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.